There's a place in your house where it's cool to chill, get some me time, or even cook a meal. It's your kitchen, mofo, ain't no time to slack. So just grab yourself a penny and let's work that ass. If you're scared of this place, ain't no need to bother. Just lay down your weapons and pick up another.
Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. Today I am making Scotch eggs, okay? Boiled eggs with sausage meat wrapped around them and then breadcrumbs on top. All good, really yummy, really popular with picnics in the UK, so give these ones a try. This was suggested to me from Jack via YouTube, who lives in Kent in the UK. I've never been to Kent, I don't think. No, but apparently it's a really nice place in the UK, so hi Jack, cheers for suggesting this. These are all the ingredients you need. So just hit pause on the video, like that, and just write them down, okay? And we'll get started. The preparations are quite minimal, just a yummy little snack really, so you're going to love it. Got a few little mentions I need to do as we go through the video, but let's get started, shall we? Yes. Right guys, got myself a nice hot flame there. Down goes a saucepan of water. I'm just going to add in a little bit of salt just to lower the water boiling temperature. If you want to speed it up, obviously turn it up hotter or show a little bit. I've got a teeny bit of prep work to do, so I'm not in any particular rush. And with any recipe, the more prep you do, the easier it is as you work along. So that's what I try and do, is always get my prep done. So we're going to boil the eggs in that water. That's all that's going to happen with that. But we need to start peeling the skin off our sausages and chopping up the spring onions. So let's work away on that, shall we? Yes. Right guys, we'll start with the spring onions first. What we're going to do is cut off the top bit there that looks like someone's bad hair day and just work thin cuts all the way down up to like the greeny bit until it starts to spread out, okay? So you'll have some nice thin slices of spring onion, okay? So all I'm going to do is just take off that nasty haircut bit, as I say. There it is. Don't really want that. You can sort of go like that, do. Maybe a hairpiece for a Barbie doll, I don't know. Like I say, just nice thin slices working our way down the spring onion. So just keep doing that, please. Groovy. Brilliant, so those spring onions are all nice and finely chopped, and the hairy bits there kind of freaking me out. I've put them to one side. Before we move on to the next step, I just want to announce quickly the winners of the Facebook competition. Cadbury sent me a load of chocolate for Father's Day, and I had 4 bars left, and now I've just sat there, my friends. Basically, I asked you to share my videos on Facebook, and I was going to randomly pick 4 names. There'll be more competitions coming up, so don't worry. And thanks for all the support, actually. A lot of people who shared the videos. The 4 people that are going to get the chocolate are Paul Young, Garrett Higgins, Susie Chivers and Marissa Lee. So I'm going to message you and get your address and pop them in the post. Next competition will probably be to win one of these My Virgin Kitchen t-shirts. So that's kind of cool. Anyhow, the sausages here, what we need to do is there's this sort of sheath skin layer on it. Just want to rip that off. I can't do it in one hand, but want to sort of pull that all off. I'll show you that so we can get to the good sausage meat in the middle. So let's do that right now, shall we? Yeah. Yeah, so you may have seen me do this before. Basically, a sausage at the top is going to have this funky layer. You know, you could mix these Scotch eggs up a bit. There's all so many different types of flavoured sausages out there these days. You know, you get these chilli ones and lime ones and things like that. Anything you want. You just want to pull back the layer around your chosen sausage, and it doesn't even matter if it breaks off like that, because you're going to mash it all together in a big pile anyway. But I'm going to use all 6 of my sausages, which is around about 400 grams, so that we've got a big pile of meat to play with and wrap our eggs, okay? So just keep tearing it away and exposing that good meat in the middle, like that. And this bit, I don't know, you can just swing around for a bit. Yeah. Right guys, I'm just dropping my last egg in there. I'm making 4 boiled eggs. Basically the water is boiling, I lowered them in there, so that's why it stopped boiling now, okay? I'm going to boil them for about 7 to 8 minutes. So do it any longer than that, they're going to overcook. So once I take them out, I'm going to wash them in cold water, okay, just so they hold it, and then we can take the sort of shell off around the outside. Anyhow, nice big pile of sausage meat there. I understand by looking at that with a squinty eye, like that. It might look like something disgusting, but that is sausage meat, I promise you. We're going to pick that up now, plonk it in a bowl like so. Let's go for it. Right guys, yeah, nice big bowl like so. The eggs are boiling away in the background. I can tell you a little story actually while I'm putting the sausages in there. Today, I nearly died, guys. I was at a red light. It changed to green, and I drove along, and it was at a crossroads, and a lorry went straight through a red light. No joke, my life flashed before my eyes. 2 seconds faster, I probably would have been a goner and not making this video right here. So I'm feeling quite spiritual today, and yeah, kind of lucky. Anyhow, sausage meat is all in there, like so. Don't worry if it's still in lumps like that for the minute. Then grab your spring onions and just drop them in, like so. You can do it with a funny face, like that if you want, completely up to you. I'm gonna get all those more in there just a jiff. A dash of your Worcester sauce, this is optional. This is where you can customise it even more. More flavourings. A teaspoon of parsley as well, okay? So let's just get that in there. Again, any herb you like. Wooden spoon, where's my wooden spoon? Like so. Start to mix it all in. And you can really smell how that's going to come together. So give that a good mix, and I'll see you in just a jiffy. Yeah. Okay guys, I mixed that through. As you can see, it's started to break down a bit. Still a few chunks of spring onion. The more you stir it, the more they sort of come away from their little rings. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, A little bit of salt on there and stir that through. So season it as much as you like. Remember, if you want to add a bit more flavour, chuck in some more Worcester sauce, parsley, you know, coriander if you want to get crazy. Any type of herb in there. Just, where am I going? The food's over there. Just do whatever you want with this. It's completely up to you. Make it your own Scotch egg. Really stir that through to break it down. And when the eggs are done, we're going to start wrapping, baby. Waka, waka, waka. The other type of wrapping. So while you're waiting for your eggs to finish, I've got 3 activities for you here. 1, breadcrumbs. These are just some packet ones that I bought, but if you're making your own, just crunch up some bread, run it through a blender, easy peasy. This is an egg I've cracked into a bowl, so just grab an egg, whisk it up like that, because obviously we're going to dip the egg in there, and then the breadcrumbs so they stick together. All good. We need to season our flour as well. This is just 2 tablespoons of flour, pretty bland at the moment, but by chucking in a shot of salt, and a shot, well, these aren't actually shots, they're sort of like an 1/8 of a shot of salt and pepper, ground black pepper like that. Stir it through just to season it, and that is going to be for our boiled eggs in just a jiffy. So give that a whisk around, give that a whisk around. We're very nearly there. The one other thing I've got is a big bowl of cold water that I'm going to just plop my eggs in to cool them down straight away once they're out, okay? Loving it. Right, my eggs are done, so I've taken off the heat and I'm just going to pull them out one at a time. Just a little dribble there. Lift it, straight drop into the cooler to cool it down straight away. Do that to all 4 eggs, let them cool, and then we can start to get that shell off. Yeah. Brilliant, those eggs are chilling out, excuse the pun, but they actually are. I don't know if you've been to one of those flash spa sauna things where you jump in the really hot water bath thing, then you jump in the ice bath. That is what we have just witnessed happen to the eggs, my friends. Check that out. They're just doing their thing. If you haven't done so already, check out the new My Virgin Kitchen website. I know I always put the address down the bottom, but I've changed it. Before it was just a little blog thing, but now it's like a full-on website and you can actually find recipes and stuff. It's a bit easier. I had to go through all my videos and start at video number 1, got all emotional, like looking at the journey I've become and when I started on poaching an egg on video number 1. So check them out. You might find some videos you've never seen before. You know, there's some pretty funny ones there, I'd like to say. Anyhow, let these eggs finish off and then we're going to move on. Brilliant, so the eggs are nice and cooled down, got rid of the water, and I've already started on one of them. I give it a little tap with the spoon there, and it cracks, so I'm just working my way with taking the shell off, as you can say, bit at a time. A little bit tedious, but get through it, and I'll see you once they're done. Yes. Right then guys, things are starting to get a bit crazy. I am going to be fat frying these and oven baking the Scotch eggs. You can either just do one or the other, it's completely up to you. So I've got my fryer and put my oil in there, like so you can just probably about to see that there. I'm going to heat it in just a minute. But my eggs have all been removed, they're all nice and bold, okay, all good. And my sausage meat has been flattened out with a spoon. We don't want it too thin, okay, it's still quite thick, but we're just going to tear off pieces as we like and wrap the eggs. And then it's going to go flour, yolk, breadcrumbs, little tap, and then in to be fried. Easy as that, let's do it. Yeah. Okay guys, so with the sausage meat, as you can see from that angle, it's still fairly fat. You don't want it too thin though, otherwise it will tear apart when you wrap it around. You want a perfect circle, almost like a tennis ball, okay? Otherwise the breadcrumbs and that will all fall off and it just won't look great. So, I'm just smoothing it out more with the back of my spoon, and I'm just going to cut off, you know, with the side of it, a little section that should be able to accommodate an egg. Pick up the egg, stick it in the middle, and then just start to bring up the sides and wrap it round it, okay? Just really pliable. It's almost like Play-Doh, the sausage meat, so you can wrap it round. So let's just keep going, see how we get on. What I'm finding, guys, is once I've got it into a decent shape, you can really sort of mould it, look for any gaps, pinch them together, keep working it around like that, and that is like a good sized tennis ball. I like playing tennis, but I'm not going to use that to play tennis. I'm going to use it to eat it. So we're going to dip it in the flour, egg, breadcrumbs now, and then do that to the rest of your eggs. Easy. Right, tennis ball of meat into the flour. Just about to see this. Just going to work it all around. That seasoned flour almost looks like a snowball now. Yeah, cool. Right, now into the egg, which is going to help it give it like a gluey texture. Can you see that? Can you see that? Cool. It's a bit gooey, this bit. Now into your breadcrumbs. Roll it all the way around so that the breadcrumbs stick to the egg yolk, holding it all on there. And that, my friends, is your Scotch egg. So I'm going to plonk that in my frying tray like that. Any excess breadcrumbs should drop off. Work on the other ones. Cha-ching! Okay guys, due to the size of my deep fat fryer case, I can only do 3 Scotch eggs to show you for this example, so the other one we'll have to say goodbye for the rest of this video. Anyhow, this is heated up to 180 degrees centigrade, it's looking good, nice and warm, so I can dip that in straight away. The other thing I need you to do is to preheat your oven to gas mark 5, which is about 190 degrees centigrade, and get a tray ready, because once we dip them in there, they're going to go in there, we're going to spin them around for a little bit, make sure it's all cooked for about 3 minutes, pull them out, we're going to bake them for the rest of it, okay? So, without further ado, let's plonk these in to our fryer. Wicked. So, just going to get a spoon and roll them round so they cook nice and evenly. Not going to take very long. Remember to get your oven on as well. Egg-tastic. Okay, I'm keeping a safe distance from my 3 minutes up, and you can see the changing colour there. So I'm going to take them off now. Let's just get them up there, out of the way. Like so. Can you see how golden they are? Let's turn it off. Let it cool down a little bit. I've got my kitchen towel ready, so we can get a little bit of that fat off, and then straight on our baking tray into the preheated oven for 6 minutes. Yeah. Brilliant, guys. I sat the Scotch eggs on there, and they're looking darn good. I'm loving that. Rolled them around a little bit. As you can see, there's a teeny bit of the fat come off, but mostly they were kind of dry anyway. So let's get them onto our tray. Clicky fingers, please. I thank you. Now, grab your tray, like so. Let me just pick this up. I'm not going to plonk it in the oven, actually, with one hand. I'm going to be safe, especially with that fryer about. I'll see you in 6 minutes after a good blast in the oven, where we're going to eat it. And I'm excited. Yeah. Okay, guys, it's been about 6-7 minutes. Got them out of the oven. That is my evidence right there. And there they are. Still looking golden brown. Smells really Scotch eggy in here, if that is a smell. What I'm going to do now is cut it in half so you can see what it looks like down the middle. And then give them a taste. They look like proper bad boys. I'm loving that. Let's go for it. Super duper. I've cut one in half, and as you can see, you've got the egg right down the middle there, the sausage meat, and then the breadcrumbs all around it. Looking good. I didn't cut the other two in half because really, I'm not that hungry. So you can keep them in the fridge overnight if you want to take them to work with you or have them for a picnic, or you can eat them while they're still warm. And I'm going to do that right now. Yippee. Okay then, so these Scotch eggs are still warm, but let's just go for it. I've never actually had a warm Scotch egg before. I always get a cold one, like when I'm going to services, getting some petrol or gas if you're in America. You know, multilingual. Let's go for it. Oh, still quite warm. Mmm. Oh wow, so much better homemade. I think the seasoning we've done to that meat is unbelievable as well. It's really bringing out the flavour in it. That will be a very filling snack for me for tomorrow at work as well. Loving it. So, if you won the chocolate, congratulations. I'm going to pop that in the post this weekend. Don't worry, as I say, there'll be lots more competitions coming up. But ultimately, about the Scotch egg. Thanks, Jack, for suggesting this recipe. If I can make that, absolutely anyone in the world can. Have a go for yourself. Let me know how you get on, and I will see you again next time. Cheers!
High five!